So let's brighten your mood this morning and bring you the amazing story of a young Nigerian who, by the way, you should know is responsible for some of the songs you've been vibing to as a producer. You know, Calm Down, right? I'm not talking about Calm Down as a term, but the song Calm Down, Rush, and a lot more hit music this man is responsible for. So today we're bringing you the one and only, the phenomenal Alexander Uwaifo. We all know him as Andrew Vibez, and he's right here with us in our Lagos studio. Andrew Vibez, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Thank you very much.
I want to start with the obvious, but I know that you usually don't talk about it because you just want to be a man of yourself. But you're the son of the legendary Victor Uwaifo.
Yes.
Amazing. So the apple, or maybe the agbalumo, didn't fall too far from the tree.
At all.
This is something a lot of people do not know. And I know I'm maybe exposing you by starting off on that line. But it is what it is. You're the son of a legendary Victor Uwaifo. He was your lecturer, by the way, in school. Speak to us first how that feels to come from that great lineage.
I'll just say I feel very fortunate to, have had like a dad like that. Considering what I do right now, I got a lot of, influence and, inspiration from him too. And he also helped to put me in this path. It wasn't forced, but just growing up around that, music and every other thing that he did, just made me know that I could do this. And then when I also started to show interest, it helped in, making me, know the right things to do. So. Yeah, I feel very fortunate.
So which of the instruments did you learn from him? Or what did you pick? What are the things you picked from him aside from the music?
I played the keyboard, I played the piano.
Right.
I also played the piano in his band for 5 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Living the dream. At least you live the dream and still are living the dream.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. What about his ability to, compose great tunes? I'm sure you took that from him as well, considering the rich lineup of songs that you have produced.
Of course I did. I grew up watching my dad just create, music that a regular person, even like other musicians, would not create, and I could see how, talented and just mind-blowing, his talent was, and that inspires me even till now. Sometimes when I have creative block or something like that, sometimes I just go back and play his stuff and just listen, and I'm always blown away. First, even if he's my dad, I'm also a fan. Yeah. Yes.
I like that.
Like a lot of us, right?
And you know what Kayode said about you wanting to be a man of yourself is quite instructive, because reading about you, we gathered that you were collecting 500 naira, from artists, despite coming from that, illustrious lineage. Talk to us about standing on your own, despite being Victor Uwaifo's son.
Yeah, so I believe in starting humble and doing I just like to, I believe in creating, your own identity. And my dad, the way we were brought up, we're brought up in a way to always see things from you're here by yourself, even if you have support, it's not going to be there forever. Do you understand? So if you need to know how to take care of yourself, you need to know how to fend for yourself. And my dad wasn't the kind of person to spoil you, or just, if you wanted this, you made a request for this, he would just give it to you. You'd have to work for it. Do you understand? He will make you work for it, or he will just tell you, no, he's not going to give it to you. And you have to find a way. So for me, I just, I already knew, that's what it was. And, I just know I love music. I wanted to make something out of this. And I'm not going to sit down and just wait. I have to, find a way around it. So at the time I was receiving 500 naira. It's a long time ago, but, I had to start, from somewhere. And you can't charge, a high fee when people don't know, how good you are, or like, how much skill, or like whatever value that you can bring to them. So, in fact, a lot of times I did a lot of productions for free. Yeah, so, I had to start somewhere, and then it got to a point, I started charging higher, and then it kept going. And
whenever I hear higher, I'm always tempted to ask how high, but I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you. So let's get back. I can imagine being the son of Victor Uwaifo. A lot of expectations on your shoulder. Now we can see Calm Down by Rema, Rush by R-Star, we can see Ladipo's Feeling and all of that with Mavins. Yeah. But were there periods in your life that you felt not good enough?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I've always known, and always recognized the talent and skill I had. There are just moments where I felt like I needed to prove myself. I think especially to my dad, not to any other person. Yeah, so I needed to prove myself. I needed to, because I felt like it was taking too long for me to like show that, like, he recognized I had, this talent. And there were times, obviously it comes from like a different generation, a different kind of music. So he did not exactly understand, not like he didn't understand, but he just felt maybe he didn't see how far our kind of music would go. And I was just trying to find, ways to make him see that there is something here, and I don't know what it's going to be, but like I believe so much in this, and I believe that it's going to take me far. So there were moments in my life where I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I had to like put in extra, and even, put in that extra work and trying to do so much more. I still felt like it didn't give me like the, desired results I was looking for. But, I'm glad that even before he passed, he saw something. He saw some things that I was able to achieve.
The great son of the guitar boy, as he calls himself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So just a follow-up to that is, so when you were doing songs like Rush and maybe Calm Down, how far did you say it? Because I know that some records, some of these artists were like, I'm not sure this is going to be a hit, because everybody's looking for that song that will blow.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're really not sure. Were you sure, or it was just one of that record like, okay, let's put it out and see how it plays out?
The thing is, maybe for me, and I think for a lot of other producers, especially producers, I don't know about artists, but producers, we always kind of know that this song or this beat we're making is going to be a hit. But the thing about making hits is that you have to get the right artist on it, and you have to have the right, push, the right PR promotion and whatever, So, but a lot of the times I make beats, I can hear it. I know that this one is different. This one is going to hit. It's going to, when people hear the beats, it's going to like, they're going to say something, do you understand? So when I made Calm Down beats, I knew there was something special about it. And it probably took me about 6 months before I played it for Rema. I played for one person before Rema, and they kind of like recorded something on it, but it wasn't like, fully, like a full song. And I had to stop it like, somewhere. And I just knew that wasn't the artist. And then when I played it for Rema, immediately he heard it, he loved it. And then we recorded on the spot. And I just knew that, this one is going to go. The only thing I'll say, I knew it was going to be a big song. I just didn't see how big, globally it would be. But I knew it was going to be a big song.
And you did the remix with Selena Gomez as well. Yeah. Amazing. By the way, congratulations on winning the London Music Awards as ASCAP Song of the Year and top streaming song for Calm Down.
Thank you.
Yet again. Obviously not calming down on that one. But I'd like you to speak to us about the creative process. And I want to broaden this really. By the way, on the side, I said you look like Ashake. So, Ashake looks like you. Is that something you hear a lot?
I've heard it a couple of times. So.
Okay, so there you go. I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking that way. So we have a lot of young Nigerians now who want to do music.
Yeah.
Because they've seen the success of Iris Star, they've seen Ashake, they've seen Rema. I'm not even talking about Whiskey, Davido, and the rest, but the younger ones in some sense. And it's like everybody wants to do music. Every young person is learning to write music, to produce, and all of that. And I don't know if you feel like not everybody can do music. You shouldn't. So what's your advice usually to people that come to you, say, I want you to produce that hit like Rush, and in your mind they're like, I will collect your money, but I know that this thing will not rush. So what is it you advise young people to look out for, to know whether this is your thing, or just go and study psychology or work in a bank or something?
So I mean, I like to allow people to, explore and try, whatever they want to try. The one thing I would not do is, if I feel like you don't have it, I'm not going to try to give you a false hope, right? I know a lot of people meet me and they want me to replicate Rush or Calm Down, and I don't have to do that, because first of all, I don't even put that pressure on myself. I've made Calm Down, and Calm Down is Calm Down. Do you understand? Rush is Rush, feeling is feeling. Whatever, any song I make, once I do it, I'm done. I want to try something else. I want to, and that's the beauty of creativity for me. I'm trying to be creative. I want to be creative. I don't want to have to keep repeating the same thing. I want to make something new, something fresh. And the reason these songs are like, have this, much impact is because they were fresh sounds. They were not the regular, thing that you hear. Even if we're all doing Afrobeats, like, you can tell that there's a difference with this. And it wasn't just, Nigerians will listen to it, they will love it, but like, you also hear like people from different parts of the world falling in love with this song. So for me, I'll just say, if you're starting out, explore, try new things, never be afraid to try anything, like, because creativity, comes from like different things. Trust me, I get inspiration from the weirdest things. I can hear a pin.
What's the weirdest thing you?
I mean, I can hear a pin drop, and it will inspire me. Because the way it would drop, the way I'll hear it is not the way you'll hear it. I'll hear it, and maybe the pin drops, and maybe a car is just passing at the same time. So there's a way, something. I just hear something, and then it sparks an idea.
Created.
Yeah, it sparks an idea, and I'm like, yo, I heard that thing, and then, if I'm not near my PC or something, I just pick up my phone and record a voice note. So yeah.
Amazing. So that tells me that besides the putting together of all of those beautiful sounds, you compose songs of your own as well.
Yes, I do.
So talk to us about the world of the producer. And this question is coming from a place of seeing the stars from the songs that you produce. We know Ira Star, we know Ladipo, we know those guys, and they take all of the shine. But let's go into the world of the producer. How do you deal with, the challenge of being behind the scene? And then, sometimes issues arise between, the singers and the music producers themselves, where they feel that they're not well compensated. So how do you deal with all of those issues?
Personally, for me, I don't feel any sort of pressure being behind the scenes, because the nature of our work requires us to be behind the scenes. We spend most of our time in the studio creating and, fine-tuning these songs. You cannot really afford to go out and, spend. The amount of time you put into your work would show. So as a producer, you have to be in the studio all the time. Nobody forces you to be in the studio. It's just what we enjoy doing, right? For these beats that you hear, sometimes just to get the right kick could take me hours. to figure out.
Just that kick.
Yeah, just the right one, the right sound. I have different kick sounds, right?
Yeah.
But like I can play this one and I'm like, it's not there yet. It's like it's not hitting the way I want to hit, and we'll try different kicks and fine tune and probably play like a bass line, and it sounds nice, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'll have to change it. So you spend so much time just, working this beat, trying to create this beat, and the way it works is like I can finish this beat and go on to the next beat and go on to the next, because you need to make as many beats as possible, because you're going to meet artists, they're going to come and meet you and say, oh, I want a beat or something, and then you play beats, and I might play this beat for you and it's not what you're looking for. Play another one for me, I'll play another one. So I need to have I don't know, like right now, I have thousands of beats.
So do you get enough credit for your work? Do you believe that producers get enough credit for their work?
I think I do. I mean, I just won this like last week or so, and the numbers speak for itself. I get all my royalties and publishing and everything. I get everything. So I think I do. I'm doing very fine. I'm happy. I think the issue of being recognized as a producer, it all depends on the producer and their team. You need to have a team. You can't do everything yourself. You're in the studio working. You need to at least have like a good management. Just have a good team that would help you. If you are the type of person that wants to be out there, that want people to know you, then have a team. Have a manager. Reach out to like different media houses. Try to post more. Create content. We're in the age where we have like different platforms, social media platforms like TikTok. You can show yourself working in the studio. You can create content. You can do anything, So I know that a lot of producers are very low key and reserved and calm. For me, I'm not the kind of person that would pick up my phone. That's the last thing I remember to do. If I'm creating, my phone is, one side, right? So, but there are some people that can do it. While they're creating, they're also, making content and stuff. So it all depends on the person. It's the personality of the producer.
I know you mentioned something about the money in passing, so let's get back to it. Royalties. I wanted to know your payment model.
He likes money, obviously.
Yeah, no. At the end of the day, at this age, you should be talking money, not just passion, because now he has to pay bills. The economy is not smiling. So let's get to that. How do you get the payment? Is your model the same for all of it? One-off payment or royalties, as you mentioned? What exactly do you use as a model?
I don't get one-off payments. I get paid quarterly. So the royalties and everything, like they come quarterly, and that's like the agreement that we have. I get an advance most of the time. It all depends on what you negotiate with the artist or with the artist management or label. Sometimes you might... So instead of maybe getting an advance, you might do it, create for an artist, and I'm still going to get my royalties at the end of the day. I would always get my royalties. So instead of getting an advance, I can, agree some sort of other agreements, like, okay, we can do 1-for-1, meaning I'm going to make one song for you, produce it, you put it out, but you're going to give me one song, as a producer. So the day I decide I want to put out a song with this artist, I have a song, I just bring it out from my vault.
So that song you did for him, just go with it.
Go with it. I'm still going to get paid.
Oh, really?
Off it. I'm still going to get royalties off it.
But no advance.
But no advance, do you understand? Okay. And then for me, if I also put out the one, he gave to me, he or she gave to me, he's also going to get paid for it. Like, we're still going to get paid.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
I hope you're not missing this show today. Because,
I like that model.
You're getting deep into the business of it.
So, getting paid, so whatever you now get paid is determinant on...
Is that how it works for Maven?
For everybody, that's the standard.
No, not everybody now. Is it the entire industry?
That's the standard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it speaks to creativity, understanding the business, and thankfully you mentioned Maven. Don Jazzy, I saw a funny picture online. There was a picture of the band with Don Jazzy's father and the band's father. And people said, oh, they didn't think Don Jazzy had a father. They thought he gave birth to himself in that sense because of the legend status he has. They just think Don Jazzy is that legend. How is it working with him. How did you feel? Because you came to Lagos, and I mean, it looked like nothing was going to happen. You reached out, it didn't get back to you on time until much later. Then COVID happened, but through resilience, you've been able to keep that relationship. So, what is it like working with Don Jazzy? Is he all playful? Is he like always serious? Speak to us about that.
Jazzy's
always goofy.
He's a very chill guy.
Yeah.
I think his online personality is not so different from, you know, him being offline. He's very chilled. He doesn't like stress. He's open and nice. Yeah, and I have a lot of respect for him, a lot. He gave me, you know, this opportunity, and I just knew that I had to make something out of myself, and I had to make, you know, him proud and make him feel like he didn't make a mistake, giving me the opportunity, right, that I have. And I'm grateful that I've been able to, you know, show that, yeah, it wasn't a bad decision to get me, you know, part of Maven. Don Jazzy is very, very cool. That's all I can say. He's very cool, and if he pays interest to you, trust me, like, a lot of things are going to change in your life. He's the kind of person that if he touches you, your life will change.
Does he get angry?
I've not seen him angry. I've not seen him angry.
Okay, so either it's paving the way or it's grading the way.
Yeah.
You know, some people give you that opportunity, give you their wings to fly, and it's good to know. But this revelation about how easy it is, you know, or eventually your royalties get to you, is quite interesting for me. And this is the reason. I want you to speak on this trend that has been with us for a long time, where artists commit to stations playing their songs without any demand on royalty. If there's a structure in place such that you as a producer can get royalties on your song and same for the singer, how soon are we to exiting that stage where artists, you know, sign that unconditional, you know, contract with stations to have their songs played?
I'm not aware of artists signing like contracts with stations to get their songs played. I just know for me, because I mean, I do my thing, I work. I know there are people who handle taking songs to stations to play, so I don't really know what goes behind, you know, closed doors and whatever agreement they have. But what I know is I have some knowledge of, you know, how it works, especially like abroad, because I've had conversations. I've had to also meet, you know, some top executives over there. I know that, like, for every time, for me, like, and other artists, right? So whatever we get paid, it doesn't just come from like your streaming, you know, or like physical sales or whatever. It also comes from performances, you know, their performance royalties. You know, you have like when artists even like performing like big stages, like the O2 Arena or whatever, you know, there's something that also comes to me. So if you perform a song that I produce, you know, they curate these things, and then
pardon me to cut you short. We can actually keep you here for 2 days. Because apparently I must say that you have a very lovely personality. It's easy to relate with you. Don Jazzy is chilled. You're also chilled as well. Maybe it's as a result of your background. But we'd like to thank you so much. We were hoping you would sign Bukola because she sings quite well. Or maybe you do something for her. But wish you the very best. It's great to see the work you're doing. And you're not Andrew Uwaifo, you're Andrew Vibez. So this is not because of your father. You are doing your own thing, and wish you the very best. Thank you for shining the Nigerian light and waving that flag out there. In case you're wondering, he actually went to University of Benin, majored in sculpture.
Sculpture, yes.
Can you imagine? So you're sculpting good music. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be speaking with the phenomenal Alexander Uwaifo. We all know him as Andre Vibez. Yes, he's the son of a legendary Victor Uwaifo, but he's paving his own way. Thank you so much, Andre.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Things like this shouldn't end, but we're time bound. We have to run right now, but don't worry. Sunrise Daily is next. You get all of the updates that you need and the angles. But from here, I'm Kayode Okikiolu.
And it's the start of a new week and another month, so make it count. Join us again tomorrow and indeed throughout the week. I am Bukola Koka.
And I'm Jeffrey Uzong. Bye-bye.